Welcome, Gunrunner.
Hello everyone, it's Kieran aka the Retro Laird here, and I'm back with another midweek book review for you. And I am joined by Daisy, who's sitting just to the right of the camera, for those who are wondering, so I'm sure she'll make an appearance. I probably could bring it round so you can say hello to her. There she is, like butter wouldn't melt, but I'm sure she's going to try and invade and kill my book at some point. And yes, we are looking at Sinclair's ZX Spectrum, a visual compendium by Bitmap Books. And I missed out on this book the first time it was issued. It was one that I wanted, but I didn't have the money to purchase it. It eventually sold out, and I wasn't able to get it. But Sam and the brilliant guys at Bitmap Books just did another run of this book, and he kindly sent me one to review, which was really good of him because he knew how much I wanted this book. And yes, here it is. So better late than never. We are going to take a look at it because it's an ideal, obviously, thing for Christmas. If you know someone who loves a Spectrum and you want to buy them a present, then this is literally the perfect thing to get them because it's a lovely, lovely book. So let's start off with that cover. I love these Bitmap covers. I've explained this before in previous videos, but every single one of those images represents a letter in the alphabet from A to Z. So starting at A to Z even, I went all American there. So starting at Antatak at A and Zub at Z. So there we go. And yeah, and it's a mix of obviously different iconic things to do with the Spectrum. So we've got Magic Knight in there, and we've got Paperboy in there. There's R-Type in there. There's the little guy from Jetpack. Of course, we've got Horace in there. So yeah, brilliant. One of the Akari warriors, the G from Gauntlet. Yeah, I could go on and on and on. So let's have a gander at the book then. Obviously, this is a hardback, so that cover does come off, but it's the same underneath. But I've got to show you this because this is awesome. If you look, there is a basic listing on the inside of that cover. I haven't typed it in, so I don't know what it does, but I really want to now because I thought that was an amazing touch, because I do wonder how many people buy this book and then don't notice that there's a basic listing on that inside cover. God, it's showing up my fingerprints really badly there. I've already been flicking through it. It's really noticeable on camera. I'm sure you can see that as well. Oh well, kind of looks a bit messy now, but that's all right. So let's have a look. So there's our index. It's got people who've contributed to the book. There's our standard contents and all that stuff. So there's a foreword by Steve Pickford. Spectrum legend worked on absolutely tons of games as part of the Pickford brothers and Icon Design. So it goes into the creation of the Spectrum, obviously. And then there's stuff about magazines. There's Sinclair User Magazine. Starts off with Horace Goes Skiing. Couldn't be a better game to start off with, really. It's one of the very first Spectrum games I owned, so always good to see that at the start. And I don't want to show you all of the book, as I always say in these videos, but this is a nice one to show actually. This right at the beginning, because that's a Harrier attack and it literally shows the whole map. And I love the way he does that in these books with some of the games. So there's profiles on people that Ultimate play the game in there. Manic Miner, of course. Interview Rayo in Magic Knight. Stop the Express. And little bit from Mel Croucher in his game Deus Machina. Oh look, there's a rainbow coloured thing to save the pages there as well. On Jet Set Willy there. So there's these nice close-ups with quotes as well. About Jarell there. Hypersport Spy Hunter. So some of the games have got single page spreads. I think it's literally just because there's so many games for the Spectrum. So these are actually they're the title screens rather than being in-game shots as well, which is nice. Breaks the book up a little bit. Isometric Batman, John Rittman. Oh, look, here's some lovely art here. I think that's so you've got Dan Dare there. That was a crash cover by Ollie Freya. It says up there that they're all Ollie Freya, possibly. Those two certainly are. Contact Some Cruise, Ping Pong, Jack the Nipper. And this is another nice one. Look, Exelon. You've got an entire level map there for Exelon. Oh, the page before I've got to show you because it's bloody trapdoor, isn't it? Awesome. So great seeing that in there. Brilliant Spectrum game. Loved that when I was younger. I have almost limitless nostalgia for the Spectrum. And I have to say I don't play on the Spectrum a lot these days because a lot of the games haven't aged that well. And I don't really want to ruin my nostalgia. This is great. This is like a gallery of loading screens. I thought this was a brilliant touch. Absolutely love that. That's nice. That brilliant Batty that came free with your Sinclair. And they've put loads of the different level screens. Trantor. I think Daisy's gonna make an appearance again. She's lurking to the right of the camera right now, so don't be surprised to see her again. Oh, she's gone up the top now. Dizzy, of course. We'll be right without him in there. This is an interview with Sean G. McClure, who's an extremely good friend of mine. He was a very, very talented artist, worked on probably more Spectrum games than anyone else I can think of. He certainly did more Spectrum loading screens than anyone else ever. So there's that, definitely. Great guy. So it's always nice to see him in there. He also, of course, does his own books, which I've reviewed on my channel many times. And these books are great, so I highly recommend them. Eyeball, there's some more cover work from Ollie Frey. Here's some more title screens. These are all Codemasters ones, so here we go. Good old Robocop. Rex. Where Time Stood Still. But Chase HQ, yeah, Wet Clemons and Chase HQ. You just use the same engine, which is why they look so similar. So it's quite cool putting them next to each other like that. It's hate. So let's interview Chris Graham, Codemasters. Here's some more art. Some stuff on the Russian homebrew scene, which is awesome to see. I mean, look at that art. That's incredible. Getting around the Spectrum to Tribute clash there, and the Russian homebrew of Castlevania as well. Absolutely incredible. We've got all the Kickstart backers, which of course you'd expect to see. Some Bitmap games you loved. Everyone who made this book happen. And then on this back cover, they've got like a brief history of the ZX Spectrum there from 1982 to 1992, which is 10 years, exactly 10 years from when they started making Spectrums to when they finished making Spectrums. So yeah, that's about all there is really. How many pages we got? That's an important thing to tell you, isn't it? So looks like 306 pages in the book. So over 300 pages, which you cannot complain about at all. The inside cover actually says here that it includes 120 classic ZX Spectrum games by, and it obviously lists all the big software houses you expect to see, like Ocean and US Gold and Houston and Gremlin and all of those guys. So yeah, it's a chunky book in thickness, as you can see. Over 300 pages, so plenty in there. The size of the book I like. It's not quite A4. I'm not sure what that dimension that is, but it's a bit smaller than A4. But it's a nice sized book to fit on the shelf, and you know, the quality is absolutely second to none. I mean, look how you can see in the sunlight there how shiny these pages are. I mean, literally no corners have been cut at any point, you know, in the making of this book. And you know, I have to say that, you know, that this is the best Spectrum book I've seen of this type, you know, visual Spectrum book. Quite easily, it's leagues ahead of the Fusion ones. You know, which I've reviewed on my channel before, you know, and I've got a few of them. Its leagues ahead of them are the amazing Lotus Turbo Esprit. Loved that game so much. One of my all-time top 10 Spectrum games there. Getting distracted. Yes, it's easily the best one on the market, you know, and this is coming from someone who's made a Spectrum book himself, you know, another cheap plug there. You really should go and buy my Spectrum book as well. If you haven't already, but my Spectrum book is a little bit different because I haven't gone for a visual one like Sam. My Spectrum book is reviews with screenshots, so mine's more text than you'd find in this one. So they are different books, but you know, this is still better than my one, because it's just so beautiful, and I don't think I'd possibly hope to match the quality of this book of my own. So I'll leave you with this image here. That was perfect timing, wasn't it, finding that? Because it's Back to School, which I rank as my favourite Spectrum game of all time. So the perfect way to end this review of Sinclair's ZX Spectrum Visual Compendium by Bitmap Books. I'll put a link in the description below, so go and buy it now because it's absolutely awesome. So for myself and little Daisy, I'll see you all again for another video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.